Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well today. Some of you may know me as Chris. Some of you may not. Hi, nice to meet you. Thank you and welcome to my channel. My name is Chris. I am a spirit medium and I do readings, astrology readings, intuitive readings, paranormal consultations, distance Reiki, mentoring, coaching, on all types of subjects such as anxiety, especially for introverts, empaths, and those like myself that are sensitives or have some type of ability, because I feel like a lot of the information and everything on my video, just so you know, is my personal opinion from my life's experience for being this way. And I started to do some mentoring. I actually have one person that reached out to me about mentoring and assisting them with some intuitive introvert abilities they have, as well as very, very high strung anxiety from the environment. So, anyways, welcome to my channel. I have a new area that I'm doing videos in. I'm trying and testing this out. My birthday was just passed and I spent some time off from my extrovert job because I'm an introvert, if you don't already know that. And I spent some time off from work and worked my butt off to clear out a part of my spare room that I share with a roommate in my home, and so that I could focus on readings on my YouTube, on my Patreon, and I'm also going to be trying Twitch as well, because I've met some really amazing people on that channel that stream video games and all kinds of content. There's some really good tarot readers over there. I found one that I really particularly care for. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I was thinking about going live on Twitch soon. I'm trying to learn on my own. So this is the area that I chose. This is my spare room. The guitars and the chair here are my roommate's area in the room. The other side, I just set up a little area with my oracle decks, my little trinkets, my crystals, my candle, my sage, as well as some little trinkets that I use, essential oils and stuff. It's a small version of what I have. And I will probably have over here one of my fish tanks, hopefully tomorrow, set up right here with one of my bettas in it. And then I'm probably going to change around that piece of art. I don't really want that in here. I'm probably going to do maybe some kind of eclectic wall art or something. I'm not sure yet. I have tons of art that I haven't hung up from Comic-Cons and different things. These are all my Funkos you can't see them all, but they're all my Funkos that I've collected. I don't have many, but I love them anyways. And then behind me, you can't see, is a lot of my creative crystals and findings from jewelry, because I still do make them at custom orders. I used to make them all the time, but people would not pay for them, and I ended up with a lot of expensive jewelry findings. I make orgone, orgonite, witchy, ritual amulets and pendants for different intent purposes, meaning psychic protection, anxiety, fertility, fear, all kinds of things. So I do still make them custom ordered, and so you can go to my Facebook page, Parlay de Spirit, and I think I still have a folder there with photos of some of the pendants I've made in the past that I've sold. So this is the little area that I set up to do videos. If you don't already know or are new to the channel, I do have 2 dogs. So there are times where I have to pause the video here on YouTube, and I'll have to figure that out for the other live streams, what to do. But occasionally, especially if it's a long period of time of me doing this, Wednesday or Pugsley will have to go to the bathroom, so I usually have to pause it, or I'll just say hold on a minute and go out and let them out and come back in. They do occasionally pop in on my videos. If you go look at my history of some of my readings and empath videos, you will see Pugsley, especially. Wednesday does show up, but Pugsley is my pug rescue, and he is just a Velcro pug. If I needed a therapy dog, which I really do need a therapy dog, but he is my therapy dog, just not officially my therapy dog. He helps me tremendously. I have PTSD, and major triggers from childhood trauma. So I'm doing very well with it, and in my 40 plus years of doing what I'm doing right now on here, I am now taking on mentorship and counseling, helping other young adults who are suffering from different things that I've already suffered with, and Western medicine has not helped me. It actually has made me worse. I don't claim to be a doctor. I just like to help other people with the information that I have learned over the years. So if you're interested in a private reading, mentoring, coaching, if you want to know any of the information, of course it's donation basis, and I can give you how much the donation fee would be for my time. I'm very reasonable compared to other people out there, and I am one of those people that only takes on 1 or 2 mentors at a time. So because I want to be able to, with my full-time job and doing this, be able to give you my time texting and emailing and sending you videos and different things to try. And I just love helping other people, especially young adults who are in a family like I was, where it wasn't an accepted gift being an empath, being a sensitive, being told, which really messed up my head as a child, that I was too sensitive, and being bullied because of it. So so I just wanted to put that out there. I am Parlay to Spirit on Twitch. It's parlay_DE_spirit. My name is Chris, and if you found me from Twitter, thank you for coming to my channel. I really greatly appreciate the support. If you do follow me on Twitter or Twitch, I will follow you back, and I will make an effort to go and check out your streams, even if you're doing gaming, and I don't really game, just because I used to game 20 plus years ago. I just haven't gamed because I don't have a lot of time with my full-time extrovert job. So, and I'm setting up a Patreon. If you're interested in donating to my gift, my abilities, my writing, and my documentary fund, I'm actually saving for a camera and a computer to do a documentary on mediumship, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to get enough subscribers in all of the places that I will be doing this in order to support that documentary fund, because I really would like to take you all along with me on the path of what it feels like to be a person like myself, and to know that you're not alone as an introvert. So sorry, I got a little emotional because growing up I didn't have an outlet. So that's why I put myself out there. I don't do this to make people feel sorry for me about the things that I've been through or things that I've gone through. When I share personal experiences with one-on-one mentorship or coaching, or even on these YouTube videos, I don't do it for I feel sorry for her, or for ego. I do it because if one story of mine that was painful at the time, that I've worked through, can help one person out there who's having either suicidal or depression thoughts, or wants to give up. If I help one person, then sharing my personal experience on here is worth every effort to save a person's life or to give them hope. So I hope that this resonates with someone out there. So I figured I would do a little reading here. Like I said, if I pause it for a minute, I will apologize. I set up a little area here next to me. I'm going to turn the camera so I could show you. It's not anything fancy, and I have my coffee next to me, and Wednesday is back here. So just before I start this, I have a bed over here by the window where this throw is that I put up against the window, because this is the front window to the house. And Wednesday's bed is under there, and usually I have the blinds up because I like her to be able to look outside, but she barks constantly at the cat across the street. There's 2 of them. And the squirrels and the birds and people driving by. She's got to bark at everything. So what I did was, Pugsley usually always wants to be by my side and gets upset if he can't be right next to me or in my lap. So when I'm sitting on the bed doing the readings for you all, if you'll see in my videos with my supernatural wall in there, he's always Velcroed to my hip. Well, I put a bed in here for him, and because she thinks she's the alpha of the house, she has taken over the bed that I set up for Pugsley. So I have a tank top and shorts on today, so I'm just gonna, sorry, there's something behind me. I'm still cleaning. So there she is, the queen of the castle. Wednesday, what are you doing, boo? And that is the bed that I set up for Pugsley, that she has now taken over. What are you doing? She's like, who are you talking to? And then if you look over here, behind my arm, that right there is the bed that she's supposed to be in. So yeah, she's chewing because she is a dustbuster. and she likes to eat stuff on the ground. So I have stuff behind me, that's why I keep making noise. So let's see if this will work for purposes of this reading. Oh, that's not too bad. I thought it was going to be worse. So I set this up with the lamp, which I'm hoping will help. Yeah, this is not too bad. This will help. I put what I call a candle crystal, and it's like quartz. I hope you can see that. And then I put a little black obsidian crystal. Don't mind all my crap over here. I'm sorry. I put this is one of my decks. This is the bag. I bought this deck, I want to say, actually this bag for this deck in Salem about 13 years ago maybe. And this is one of my very first decks from, oh God, I think I was 22 when I bought this deck. There's 2 of them. So this is the original deck. This is a Celtic deck. I don't have the box. As you can see, it's very worn because I've used it so much over the 20-something years that I've had this deck. And then the other deck is a deck I got probably about 15 years ago now. It's a dragon deck, Celtic dragon deck. I don't have the box for that one either. If you hear the pitter-patter of feet, that is Pugsley and Wednesday making their presence known to you all because they know I'm talking to somebody and they want my attention. So, it smells like something is burning in here. Oh, it's my sage. Come here, Bugs. So the decks I'm going to be using tonight, or today. Come here, Bugs. Come say hi. Pugs is sitting right next to me on the floor. You can probably see there's my hand, and that's where he is right now. He's sitting right next to me. Actually, I'm probably going to move the bed over here. Here, Bubba. Want to sit? Here, Bubba. Want to sit? Come sit. Sorry about that. I just want him to be comfortable, and I don't want to roll him over with my wheel to my chair. So what I'm going to be doing, this is called a fairy deck. This deck I picked up in a shop here in the French Quarter. I think it's the Voodoo Shop. This was when I first came to visit here before I moved here, so it's probably about 12 years ago. And I love this deck. It's a little bent because I've used it so much. I have not used any of these 3 decks in any of my video readings yet. So I'm excited to use them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up 3 piles for you all. And so I will put timestamps in the video when I get done with this video. And so let's see if I could do this. So I'm going to shuffle the decks. I should have probably had this ready before I did this. I'm going to shuffle the decks, and I'm going to put several cards from each deck in a row. And then you're going to pick 1, 2, or 3. And then what I'll do is read from each deck and then go from there. If I feel compelled to do a bonus deck card from any of my question decks that I've used in the past that aren't sitting on this table, I will tell you when I pull the cards. So, just FYI. So I'm going to put 4 cards in each pile. So we're going to do this one as the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to shuffle the dragon deck. So while I'm shuffling these decks, I just want to remind you to please hit the like button for any of the videos that you are watching on my channel. If you are already a subscriber, please don't forget to hit the notification bell to be alerted to new content and uploaded new videos and live streams. If you are interested in following me on any of my other social media sites, I do have a Twitter, Instagram, a Facebook page. I am setting up a Patreon page, as well as I did set up a Twitch page, and I'm also considering doing some tarot readings on DLive that my roommate told me about. So, sorry, I dropped 2 cards that I can't even reach. Sorry, Bugs, I'm not trying to run over your tail. So if you're interested in any of those or following me on any of those, feel free. If you are one of my followers, if you follow me on Twitter or Twitch, I will follow you back, and I will make an effort to share your tweets and your Twitch page and support you and your channel when I'm not at my full-time job or doing videos. I like to support small creative artists, people like-minded like myself, and that's just part of who I am. So, okay, there's 4 for that one, and then the Celtic one. So the Patreon site I will be creating for July, it will have probably maybe 5 or 6 tiers. The lowest one being $5 a month. Twitch is a little bit different. Twitch, you can still come and get free readings. You don't have to be a subscriber. But they do have options I've noticed where you could subscribe either 1 month. I think it's 1 month. Tier 1 is 1 month. Tier 2, I'm sorry. 1 month, it's like every month. And tier 1 is for $4.99. Tier 2 is for $9.99. And I think tier 3 is $24.99 a month. And it has different offerings, I guess. Now, if you are a subscriber on Twitch, I've noticed other tarot readers, people that claim to be psychics and mediums like myself, will do subscriber days where they do subscribing followers first readings, or only readings. I know I followed one person that does readings, I think, on Sunday only for subscribers. So the stream is only for subscriber readings, not for free readings. So, just FYI. If you're interested in anyone else, there's 2 good ones that I really liked on that platform. All right, so as you can see, we have the Celtic one, which we'll call 1. We'll call the fairy deck number 2, and we'll call the dragon deck number 3. So you have a choice of 1 Celtic, 2 fairy, 3 dragon. 1 Celtic, 2 fairy, 3 dragon. So I'm going to wait a few minutes and let you decide, let you watch the video and look at the deck and see which one calls to you or gives you the feeling that it's the right deck for you. Spirit, please let those who are watching this, who are compelled for a reading, to pick the right deck for them. And then we'll read what symbolism comes through and explain a little bit about how it works. So I'm going to leave that there for a minute. And then we're going to bring the camera back to my gut, my face. Sorry, I'm trying to make it funny. So we're going to bring it back to my face. I know you all were looking forward to that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read number 1 first, which is the Celtic deck. And before I start reading, I want to explain for new viewers of my channel that I am a medium. I am not a psychic. I've never claimed to be a psychic. These readings are for entertainment purposes only. I am not a therapist or a doctor. However, through my readings, I communicate with spirits, my ancestors, spirit guides, the angels, the gods, the goddesses, whoever you can, what's the word I want to use, can relate to. As well as I can communicate with those who have passed. So if someone wants to come through a reading and they have passed in your life, they will tell me. However, when I do readings, and I just want to put this out there for those of you who follow Twitch, I will not be reaching out to the dead unless they come to me, unless you book a private reading, because those types of readings really take a lot out of me. So I have to ask for a donation, because sometimes those people that have passed stay with me for a lot longer than the 3-hour stream, or as long as this video. So just want to put that out there. And I can explain it more to the person who reaches out for a private reading. So number 1 is the Celtic deck. And we're going to pull up the first card. And the first card is, I'm going to show it to you. So the symbolism, I do not read tarot. So those of you who are watching this that read tarot or have been to tarot readers or follow tarot readers or go to tarot streams, whatever the case may be, I'm not, okay? You're going to learn a little differently from me how I feel. I respect tarot readers and I'm not judging them at all. Whatever works for them to read is great. I'm a medium, I'm a spirit communicator, and I read symbolism in the cards. I do not personally, and this is just my opinion, feel that I need the deck to read. I could sit with someone and read and talk to the dead and talk to spirits and guide them. I use the cards as symbolism for those of you out there who want to get a reading and those of you out there who um, can relate more to the cards than me just talking, because the symbolism in the cards helps to visualize what I'm trying to convey to you. I hope that makes sense. So just putting that out there, I'm not tarot taught because I do not believe in the tarot deck the way that it's taught, and that's just another thing I can talk about in another feed if you're interested. So as you can see in this deck, in this card, you look at the deck and it says the sea mither. I always say that word wrong. And she is putting fish back into the ocean. Okay? She's not collecting them from the ocean. She's not fishing them in. She's putting them back into the ocean, and she's there where the lighthouse is. So the person that I'm reading for option number 1, the Celtic deck, this is somebody who is extremely intuitive and is giving back to the universe in bountiful ways. So the way I'm seeing this is you are, whoever this is, and it could be, I find that when I do readings sometimes, you know, it depends on who this is compelling for, right? It doesn't, just so you know, when you're watching this, a lot of these don't resonate with people. And that's because you need to look and see where your sign falls, where the moons and the suns and the planets are and all that jazz. I'm not an astrology expert, but for me, like I'll explain, I'm a Cancer. I'm not always able to resonate with Cancer readings because sometimes I'm fall more under Gemini. So I just want to put that out there. So this means whoever this is, I think it applies to several people who watch my channel. This is somebody who's constantly giving to the universe, always paying it forward. Someone who sometimes gives too much of themselves to where they have to replenish themselves more often than they should. And I hope that that resonates with someone out there. I am one of those people where I will push and push and push and push myself until I can't push anymore. And then I get sick from it because I have arthritis, RA and osteoarthritis in my jaw. And I get to the point where I'm exhausted. So this week has been very, very, very draining on my body. So it's good to take a break and sit here and actually talk to you all on this camera and do this reading because my body is physically hurting from pushing so much to clean, and I still have a lot more to do. But at least I have boxes and bins in the living room and not stacked up in this room, so I can get some stuff done. So this is number 1, the number 1 card for you in number 1. The second card for you for number 1. This is a beautiful card. It's the Banshee. Now, many people associate the Banshee with something extremely evil, right? We've all heard the urban legends and the stories about the Banshee and the Celtic stories about why she comes. And, you know, oh, this is like the death card, right? Everybody panics and thinks it's a horrible card to get. But the Banshee is also someone who screams to tell you that you're doing something that is not healthy for yourself or is troublesome or going to hurt others or hurt yourself. Now, in this case, in this context of these cards, I feel that the Banshee is coming through in a sign for you or for several of you that you need, like I said with this card, you're doing too much. So she's yelling and screaming, saying, slow down, and if you keep going at the rate that you're going, you're going to end up either in the hospital or you're going to go to the emergency room or the walk-in clinic or something. And I feel like whoever I'm reading for, it has something to do with your ears. Sinuses, ears, throat, anxiety. Because you're like me. This is what they're showing me. They're showing me a ton of things in front of you, and you're just trying so hard to do it all. And as you get through 1 or 2, you're thinking of 9 and 10 instead of the middle. And it's just crazy, and it's making your energy all over the place. So slow down a little bit, take some steps backwards, and realize that you're only one person and that you need to slow your pace down because you're going to end up getting sick. Now, there's some kind of event coming up for you. So this is the Fairy Festival card. What this card usually means when I get it in readings is the spirit guides are telling you that there's some kind of celebration coming up. Now, we just had the summer solstice. It could be the retrograde, and I haven't checked the dates of the retrograde. It could be the energy from the retrograde being very bountiful for you and not negative. Because sometimes retrogrades, people like complain, like myself for many years, on and off about the retrograde really affecting me. But what it is the retrograde only affects those who aren't working through underlining issues. The retrograde also affects very sensitive people like myself. And if you are in denial, like I was for so many years, not dealing with different things, then the retrograde can be extremely painful. However, the retrograde can also be very bountiful and very blessed for you if you are embracing the things you need to work through and you're on the right path. So I hope that helps. Beautiful, beautiful cards. I love this deck. I haven't used it in a really long time. And the last card, which is amazing. So in the beginning, before I show you the last card, the fourth card in the first deck, remember I showed you the first card where she's throwing fish back into the ocean? And I had said it's an intuitive person who's connected to the universe, who's slightly sensitive and definitely an empath or an introvert. Well, the last card is not surprising at all. Morgan Le Fay. Okay? So for me, I practice the gods and goddesses, and Morgan is part of my family of gods and goddesses, and this is somebody who's got a magical side. So I feel like whoever I'm reading for, and I think there's multiple people in the group that watch, come here pugs, there's multiple people in this group that watch my channels that are from pagan beliefs, that can relate to the magical side of this. So this is something that you need to, what I'm seeing is that you need to, hand in hand, you need to celebrate more your path, your religion, which is your spiritual part, right? More rituals, more embracing the full moons, the different cycles of the moons, the different solstice, the summer, the winter, all that stuff. You need to celebrate it more. Pugs, come here, bud. He's laying on the chair in the hallway. Sorry, I just want to make sure he didn't have to go to the bathroom. So that was for deck number 1. Now we're going to do deck number 2, which is the fairy deck. So we're going to pull card number 1. Now remember, I do not read tarot. I am not trained in tarot. So what you see on this card when it comes to the arcanas and all that don't apply for me. Hold on one second. I think he has to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I am back and I apologize. Pugsley and Wednesday both had to go to the restroom outside. So I am going to pick up where I left off. And number 2 is the fairy deck. And card number 1. So as I was saying before, I do not read the arcana or the tarot. I'm not taught in tarot. So even though these may say page or sword or whatever, it's symbolism only. And I just want to put that out there. So this is the first card for number 2 for the fairy deck. I love this deck because it's so bright and colorful. Now what this deck means is, for those of you who picked number 2, things have been going very smoothly for you. Actually, it's almost like you have this, for some of you that are watching this that pick number 2, it's almost like you have this, oh my God, things are going so good, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like you can't believe it's real that things are actually evening out and things aren't so you're not struggling for so much. I hope that makes sense. That's why they show the merry man sitting there with his little ukulele, smiling in the meadow. This is a good card. The second card, yeah, this is a very, 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 very strong-willed feminine energy. This is somebody who doesn't take no shit from nobody, has a very strong female energy of knowing what they want, when they want it, and doesn't take crap from anybody. The third card. Yeah, this is so funny. So this person that I keep seeing, the strong female energy, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's a female. It could be a male with very strong female energy. But you draw people together in a good way. and you're working on something, and I feel like it's either with your work or family life where you're pulling people together for the better good of something, whether it's an intervention for somebody that you all love, or it's something that you want to do with all of them, or you're always constantly drawing people together with you for events, or to do things, people who normally wouldn't do things, and you're like, come on, let's go do this, or come on, let's go do that. And there's somebody, I feel like whoever this is that picked number 2, whoever this resonates with, and I'm sure it's going to resonate with more than one person, that you are single, whoever this is I'm reading for number 2, you are single or close to being single, or maybe you're living a life of you're together but you're single, right? Meaning like me with my ex a long time ago, where we really weren't, we were still married, but we hadn't been like a couple for a long time. I hope that makes sense. There's somebody in the horizons. I'd say, now normally I don't do time frames, but for this, I want to say in the next 12 months to 18 months, there's going to be another person, whether you're male or female, you're going to have a significant other come through. And this person's going to knock your socks off, and it's going to scare the shit out of you. But you're going to start off as friends, or you've known each other as acquaintances and you become closer friends, and you realize that it's not as scary as you thought. But I can completely relate with the scaring the shit out of you, because I feel the same way. I've been single for a long time, so I have very high standards now. So that was number 2, the fairy deck. So now the third one is the dragon deck. And that's this one. So the first card from the dragon deck is this beautiful, beautiful card of this gentleman sitting in the meadow with this beautiful dragon with a hummingbird. No, it's actually just a bluebird on his nose, and they're just enjoying and frolicking in the woods. Now, my dragon deck, just so you know, is something that I rarely pull out to do readings because it's so intense and a lot of people can't handle what comes through with the cards. I think it's because the deck has been with me so long that we're in tune with each other. This particular card means whoever this person is, and I think it's at least 3 people that follow my channel or find this video, at least 3, if not more. I'd say either 3 or 10 people are going to relate to this number 3 deck. This is you having to ground more and be with the wilderness more. And what I mean by that is Spirit is showing me, like me, I'm an introvert. I like to stay in the house. But it's always healthy to get out into the ground and the dirt and put your feet, or go to the beach like I do sometimes, where you get with Gaia and the environment and you take it all in and the energy replenishes you. Whoever this is, you're an introvert. You are an introvert through and through, living an extrovert life like I am. But you do need to get out into the ocean, the beach, or the woods, or the forest, and you need to touch base with your soul, your spirit side. Now, particularly because I'm using the dragon deck, and I was called to use this dragon deck today, I am very in tune with the dragon side of myself. And I know that sounds really weird, but it's my Celtic heritage. And dragons are something that I've followed for my entire life. And I just love the mysticism of them and the coloring and the different shows. And I'm a huge Tolkien fan, so I just love dragons. Well, by you embracing either going to the beach or the forest, and I'm being shown probably 70% of you the forest and the other 30% the beach. But the forest is something that the trees, the grass, the flowers, the animals, everything can communicate like and embrace you and your energy and replenish you and make you feel at home. So whoever these people are that I'm reading this deck number 3 for, you need to get out into the environment more and just be silent. If you have a hard time with meditating, which I always suggest to those that I mentor to meditate, and I teach different techniques because meditation isn't for everyone. And some people really struggle with meditating, which I did. But once you master it, it's really easy to do. And being in the forest or at the beach is actually something that really really helps the meditation process. So if you have anxiety or PTSD or phobias of any sort, this will definitely help. So that's card number 1. Card number 2. This is telling me, whoever this is that picked number 3, the group of you, this means that you're going to have a visitor. Now you see this person standing at the door. There's a bunch of baby dragons. There's a visitor. There's going to be a visitor. Whether it's someone in person or online or something. Someone is going to come into your life that you have not heard from in a very long time. That's going to kind of like, what's the word I want to use? What are they showing me? They're kind of showing me you're going to be happy that this person or these people come into your life, and you're going to be like, oh, I missed them, but then quickly realize that, yeah, no, you didn't miss them, because they're all full of drama and full of shit. So just be forewarned if you haven't run into this person yet. You know who I'm talking to. The more I talk, the more some of you are going, oh, crap, right? I don't know if it's someone online that you know that you used to game with, or somebody that you know online that you used to chat with on IM, or somebody maybe you follow on YouTube that you're friends with, but I feel like it's strongly some of you online, but a few of you in person. And you're going to be like, oh, shit. I keep seeing like somebody who causes like crazy drama. And I've had friends like that before, so I completely get it. I feel like there's a wedding coming up. Not yours, but someone else's. This is the marriage card. This is a gathering. Now, normally it'll tell me, Spirit will tell me if it's a wedding or not. I do feel like it's either a wedding or a reception or maybe an anniversary that you're celebrating for someone else. And that it's a really cool event that you go to. And this is where either that acquaintance that I talked about in the other deck, I feel like this person in card number 3 is going to meet somebody at this event. So whoever's card number 3, you're also single or about to be single or maybe considering breaking up with your other half. You are going to meet somebody at this anniversary or marriage or reception or party celebrating a union of people that you know. And you're going to meet somebody. You're not going to be attracted to them right away. You're going to meet a couple of new people and you're going to stay friends with them for a while. And it's going to turn romantic with whoever this person is. And if you just recently went to an event or a wedding in the last month, then you already met this person. So don't be afraid. Just go with the flow. Be yourself. The 4th card and last card in the deck 3 is the 5 of Pentacles, which you know I don't read tarot, but I'm just sharing that with you so you can see the card. So here's a man and a woman, both with their dragons in the sky. They're walking and they have a dragon in the middle. And do you notice how they're walking apart from each other? He's going one way and she's going the other. This is somebody that you used to be in a relationship with, either romantic or a friendship. I want to say romantic. Maybe it was somebody what they're showing me is it was somebody maybe you started off as friends with and you ended up being romantic with them, and now you're no longer friends with them anymore, or you're about to not be friends with them because it ruined your friendship. That's what they're showing me. However, it could also mean that you have someone that you have feelings for that is a friend, and this card is warning you that if you do take that step and become more than friends, that this is the future for the two of you. This is parting your ways card. And it doesn't necessarily have to be emotional or an angry parting of the ways. It's just a parting of the ways. So that was the readings for deck number 1, which was the Celtic deck, or the Celtic deck. Number 2 was the Fairy deck. And 3 was the Dragon deck. I do hope that you enjoyed this reading. I do hope that you'll come back to my channel. I'm actually going to be doing another pick a card reading and uploading it shortly. This one was just a general pick a card 1 to 3. The next one I'm going to do is going to be for love. And the one after that is going to be for a specific intuitive. And I'm coming up with the title for that, and I'll share that soon with you all. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Thank you for the amazing support. I would greatly appreciate it if you'd share my channel with other like-minded people who like my readings, and follow me on any of my social media pages that I actually explained in the beginning of this video. Also, too, any of my information is below in the comments, in the description below. I put my PayPal information. My birthday was recently, and I had a few clients ask me about what I want for my birthday because they want to support me and my channel. And I actually had my amazing friend Amy, hi, thank you, send me a really cool little deck to use, which I'm going to use in my next readings. So I do have a wish list on Amazon, which I'll post below. It's for Parlay de Spirit, which is the name. And I put some tarot cards, actually Oracle/tarot cards that I would like to use in my readings here. Also, too, every month, please check my channel and look for the Spotlight Oracle/tarot deck. I already did June's. I will be doing July's next, and so on and so forth every month. I also will be doing the same for new books with new publishers, smaller creative publishers, writers. I have a book that I am reading now from an amazing writer. It's her first book. I found her on Twitter, and I just started reading the book. It comes out in August, and I will be reviewing it on my channel and then sharing with you a link to order it and what I thought of the book. And it's really down my alley, so I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm very blessed that she honored me with sharing the book early so that I can share it with you all when I'm done reading it. And like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm going to be doing some more live videos, either here on YouTube or on Twitch. I'm still learning the Twitch because it's a little complicated for me because I've never done it before, but it's a streaming page. I'm looking forward to it. There's some really amazing people there. I followed a couple people recently watching their videos, and it's pretty cool community there. Like I said, I want to get out to more people because I like to help people with my abilities, things that I've gone through already that maybe someone else would like help with, and doing my coaching and mentoring and maybe offering some classes in the future in regards to different steps of things that have helped me as an introvert living in this extrovert world as an intuitive medium. So I hope you all have a great evening, and thank you for coming to my channel, and I love you guys. See you soon.